classics or classic pieces that I think would be good for intermediate students. So just give me a second. I forgot to bring up the Facebook or the YouTube live stream so I can see what's happening. You can imagine that'd be pretty important. Oh, I just hit 150,000 subscribers. Anyway, let's check it out, see what we got going on today. So hopefully everybody is good and ready to learn. All right, it looks like we're good to go. Looks like I'm showing up there pretty well. And yeah, so sorry I did not. This was actually a live stream we missed on Sunday, and then I rescheduled it for Monday, and then I couldn't make it work there. Really, I just had a tough time getting these pieces in some kind of shape to play for you guys. So there's a lot of things I got to figure out. I just have to figure out how to manage everything a little bit better. But all right, so we are going to do that right now. So I did not schedule it ahead of time. I do kind of apologize for that. But we will get started here. So let me start with the Facebook stream, and then we'll get right on into it. So just give me like 20 seconds or so, and then we'll get right into the lesson. Hello, 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 students. Your piano teacher, Tim, here from Piano Lessons on the Web, once again, of course. And today I'm going to be teaching you about some classic pieces, not necessarily classical, although some of them do fall within that time period of music. But so basically some really well-known pieces that I feel like you should learn as an intermediate student. I've done the beginner's lesson on this before, but which I will link to you in the description when the time is right. And yeah, so let's just get into it. Let me get the notes up here so I kind of know what we're talking about. So let me do like an intro, and then we'll get into the main part of the lesson. Your piano teacher, Tim, here, and of course I have something special for you today. I have a list of piano classics, pieces that are really well known and fun to play, that are good for intermediate students. I already did a lesson on this for beginner students, and I'll include a link for you in the description. But let's get right on into the lesson. Okay, so here we go, guys. Just making sure everything's good to go. So note to my editor. So this is how this is going to work. At least I imagine it in my mind working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a couple of minutes describing each piece. And then I'm going to play the piece, like the first page or so, the first few lines, to give the students like an idea of what it sounds like and what it will look like on the piano. What I want to do is, before, what we were doing is I was like doing the explanation, and then we would do like the playing part right after. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to integrate the two. So while I'm talking about this like first piece, Rondo alla Turca, for example, while I'm like saying what's good about it, play in the background my playing of it, to kind of like condense it into, you know, just a couple of minutes between each piece, rather than have the explanation, the playing, explanation, the playing. We're going to kind of like edit them in. I'm sure you can creatively, hopefully, well, I'm sure you can, you know, kind of mismatch them together. So like while I'm saying, all right, the best thing about this piece is that it's in the key A minor, the background music is me playing it. Every once in a while, like, cut to like me playing it while I'm describing it, just to kind of like have a little bit more going on, in terms of like the video. So it's just not my talking head the whole time with the music in the background. It's my talking head, music in the background, and every once in a while cutting to my hands playing the piece, especially if it makes sense. If I allude to something specific, try to get that in there. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that doesn't make any sense, and we'll work it out. But just a note to the editor here, so when we piece it together, it makes more sense. Okay, here we go. Let me get this up here, and then we'll get started. Okay. Okay, the first piece I want to tell you about is the Rondo alla Turca by Mozart. What the? What the? That's not right. What? That never fails. Okay, well that works. Hold on, everybody. Something has gone haywire, it seems. I don't know what it was. Okay. Nope. All right, let's see. No? Weird. All right, something. Hold on. Okay, that was definitely it. There we go. Sorry, I needed to unplug and replug a certain thing in. That usually doesn't happen, surprisingly. But we're off to a great start today. Okay. Okay, Rondo Alla Turca. Some reasons that this is probably pretty good for an intermediate student is that, first of all, it's in the key of A minor, so you don't have a lot of sharps or flats to worry about. However, you do have quite a few, basically, some accidentals basically in the middle of the piece there. It's actually really fun to play, I find. The fingering is a little tricky, so you're really going to have to spend your time working on that, especially with the right hand. Luckily, the patterns kind of remain consistent. So once you kind of get down the right hand and left hand pattern, it's very similar throughout the piece. Another great thing about it is that it's fairly short at about a page, 2 pages, I think. Let's see. Maybe 3? Whoa, this is longer than I remember. Hold on. All right, it's not very long at about 4 pages, which is pretty manageable. I always like to obviously start from the first section outlined on the first page and then play to the end of that just to kind of get the feel for the piece. All right, now I'm going to play it. And then, like I said, me and the editor will kind of match this together. So I'm going to play through it a few times until I get a good playthrough of the first page or so. And then we will, we'll kind of figure it out from there. Kind of a different thing we're going for today. All right. Like I said, it's going to take me a few playthroughs to get this right, but I had a lot of trouble getting these ready for today. But here we go. Enough complaining from me. Yeah, they're pretty good. That worked out really well. I'm going to do another playthrough, though. Hold on. That one was not as good. That happens sometimes while you play. I'm going to give it one more shot. If not, we'll just go with the first playthrough because I thought that was at least adequate. All right, here we go. Oh man. All right. One more try. Ugh. All right, here we go. And I was supposed to do that again. All right, we might just go with the first one. I think I'm overthinking it now. All right, deep breath. Hmm. That wasn't too bad. It's a toss up between that one and the first one. The first one's probably what we're gonna go with. All right, let's get on to the next piece here. This one I should be able to knock out of the park. All right. At least I hope so. All right, here we go. The next piece is for Elise. Now, you may have heard me mention this as a good one for beginners, and that's because this first page is really, really good for beginners. A lot of students in the first few months of playing are able to tackle this first page. However, a lot of people reminded me in the comments of that video, it gets quite a bit harder as it progresses. And that kind of goes back to that first section again. So we're going to put this in the intermediate category for the whole for Elise, not just the opening section. All right. Also want to quickly mention that this one's a good one because there's no real key signature to worry about. You do have a couple accidentals here or there, but overall, not bad. Like I said, the middle section's a little bit tricky once you get around there, but after that, it's smooth sailing, I would say. All right, now I'm going to play it. Me and my editor, or the editor really, Carrie, he's going to figure this out for me. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna start it over. I thing that I messed up on was I had it too zoomed out or too zoomed in. All right, I'm gonna start over. Sorry. All right, so message to my editor because I have to flip the page here. We're going to kind of splice it together. I'm going to restart it from this part. So actually coming into it, it was this. It was like at the very end of that page one there. And then we're going to we're going to like cut it and then start from there so I can get more of the piece in here because I can only see so much of it at a time. So here we go. it's a good place to end. If you to my editor once, if excuse me, if I'm trying to think about how to phrase this. So if the amount of time I'm talking does not match up with the amount of time playing, just repeat the recording again in a way that makes sense, just so it's kind of like there in the background. All right, let's try another one. Let me kind of check in with the chat here. All right, we're going to continue here. Just want to make sure there's nothing going wrong. This next one I had a lot of trouble with. This is why it's important to keep up with your practice, because if you don't, you get, what the heck? Why? That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense. All right, anyway, there's something that's telling me it's a problem that I checked like minutes ago and it wasn't a problem. Anyway, let me try to figure this out. What the? Okay, well, I got it open. Weird that it opened in Word. Okay. Whatever. All right, now this one gave me a lot of trouble because it's I'm not used to reading this version of it, and it's written quite a bit differently, so it's kind of confusing to me. But anyway, let's do this. Next piece is by your boy Mozart. It's Serenade in G, Ein klein Nachtmusik, which is a little night music. So let me kind of talk you through it while we listen to it in the background. Yeah, what the heck? Anyway. Okay, this one's a good one for intermediate students. First of all, the key signature is pretty easy. You just got one sharp there, that F sharp to worry about. There are quite a few hand position changes in here. That's why I don't recommend it necessarily for beginners. You do have fairly simple rhythms all around. However, you do have some, I wouldn't call it syncopated rhythms, but you just kind of have an offbeat there with bum, 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 bum. And then, you just have that first part with the octaves, and then you just have, the chords in your left hand with the melody in your right hand. Pretty simple stuff. All right, I'm going to play the first 3 lines of it or so. And it's going to take me, well, maybe I'll nail it on the first try. I should be optimistic. All right, here we go. All right, I almost made it to the end without too much trouble, but again, I got to get it so where I can see the whole thing. And of course, it's not cooperating with me. All right, anyway, let me try to give it another playthrough. That playthrough was okay. We might have had to, if we go with that one, we might have to cut it off at the end to hide my terrible mistake. Anyway, here we go. Again. Oh, I've always hated that last measure. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to play that last measure, and we're going to see if we can just kind of Frankenstein it together. let me just play it a few times. There you go, almost have it. There you go, we'll go with that. We'll try to Frankenstein that last measure in there for now. I wish I had more time to work on these, but fortunately I was running out of time. Anyway, I think it will suffice for now, because this is really a recommendations list. Okay, here we go. This next one I really like. It's doing that now. Oh my god. Now it's opening. Why is it opening in Word? There's a word I want to say right now, but I can't, because I said it last time and it got me in trouble with Facebook. Alright, whatever. Dude, and it's not downloading. I really don't understand. Like, at all. Anyway, we're going to go with the Microsoft Word version. Whatever. Alright. Next piece is Ave Maria by Franz Schubert. Or is it Franz Schubert? Wait, who is Schubert? Hold on. I feel like, yeah, it is Franz Schubert. I wanted to make sure I was right so I don't like mess it all up. Anyway, I'm batting 1,000 today, guys. All right, here we go. The next piece is Ave Maria by Franz Schubert. Now, this one, it's going to be a little tricky for you to find. I'll try to include a link for you in the description. But because it's not actually originally a piano piece, or just a piano piece, so you have to find kind of a condensed version. But this one is very good for intermediate players. Pretty easy key signature with 2 flats there, B and E flat. You do have this sextuplet kind of rhythm. However, it is repeated consistently throughout the whole thing, so it is pretty easy to count, actually. It has a very, very nice harmonies to it, the chords that are being played, and then it has a very nice like melody while you have this kind of bass pattern in your left hand. All right, I'm going to play this one. I'll give it a couple playthroughs, but this one I feel like I have a bit better under my fingers. Here we go. All right, let me move this down. That's basically where it stopped, but let me do it one more time. I think I have a better idea on how to end it. Oh my god. And then it won't let me. All right, anyway. Technology is against me today, guys, I swear. Oh no, I can't see the whole thing. And it keeps opening in Microsoft Word. I don't understand why. Because before it was all opening in the PDF thing. Alright, whatever. Anyway. So I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to play the first 2 lines and then kind of scroll down. We'll have to piece it together. Here we go. All right, give me a sec. Frankenstein together from there. Let me start the section again. And that'll be it for there. I think that'll be good to have in the background. All right. Check in with the chat. Make sure everybody's good. I don't know why you guys are talking about beer. Anyway, let's continue. That is true. If you drink or eat anything enough, it will kill you, probably. Even water. God. Why is it doing this? It's so freaking annoying. Like, I don't understand. Like, literally seconds before I started the live stream, it like... Oh, my God. I just need to calm down. It just has not been working out for me this week, guys. It's lying to me too, because it shows the preview and then it's like, and then it changes. Why? That makes no sense at all. At all. Makes no sense. And now, okay, I just had to go out of it and come back in. I don't know. I figured it out though. That made no sense. All right. Here we go. Next piece is Toccata and Fugue in D minor by your boy, Johann Sebastian Bach. This one, everybody knows. And the reason that it's so good for intermediate students is that you have a simple key signature, simple time signature. You do have some complicated kind of rhythms here in the beginning. However, they throw you a bone because this is a piece like people know so well that you're probably going to be able to figure out the rhythm just by like listening to a recording of it. Although they do change it slightly, I noticed, even in this version compared to what I'm playing. So this one has a really, really cool sound to it. And as you can see, like, the second and third lines here do have quite a bit going on fingering wise, but it's the same pattern over and over and over again. So that makes it a little bit more manageable. Now the toccata here, did I say prelude and fugue in D minor? I meant toccata and fugue in D minor if I didn't say that. But the toccata really isn't that hard. It's actually going to be the fugue that is really going to be the challenging part. So if you want to skip the fugue, you can do that, but you at least want to learn, the toccata. All right. Here we go. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say about it. Not really. Uh, all right. I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to see if I can get to that, because I know I can get to the end of that other section. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Start that again. All right, we'll go with that. This is also written quite a bit differently than what I'm used to, but whatever. Batting 1,000 today. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an outro, and then we'll probably just call it a day. I won't take too many questions today. I'm frustrated enough. All right. Here we go. All right, so if these were too challenging for you, or you just want a collection of other classic pieces to play, I did make a lesson right here for students who are more on the beginner side looking to play their first classic pieces. So it's been your piano teacher, Tim, here. Thanks so much for coming by today. It's been a great one, and I'll see you in the next lesson. I can't even do the intro right. That shows what shape I'm in. Piano sounds very acoustic. Yeah, it's not. But they did do a good job on making it sound like that. I like that diminished chord, but I played this differently. Yeah, it's different than the one I've played before. Yeah, I think it was originally on church organ. Great job, Tim. Made it through. Some days that's what you can hope for, right? I don't know, guys. Well, like I said on Friday, we had everything. I've just been kind of stressed out about some things, and I'm just doing too much. I need to get rid of my piano students, the the uh, the ones I drive to. I think I just have to do it, and I like kind of don't want to do it, but I have to. And, I don't know, guys. Anyway, I'm probably overthinking it. Thanks, everybody, for coming by today. The live stream is changing. You're gonna find out on Friday. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming by today. It's been your piano teacher, Tim, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a great day. Later. It will get better. It really would. In case you miss a nice beard, really fits you. Yeah, thanks a lot. You're very welcome. Oh, Adria's here. Everybody have a great day.